Alright, so with this video, we're going to quickly review the four-square method for adding and subtracting, or adding fractions first. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to subtracting fractions. The problem today is 2/3 plus 8/9. So always in that first box, you're always going to have your problem written. The second box is for your multiples, so that's what we need to list out first. Remember, I always list out the first 5 for my class. So the first 5 multiples for 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm going to go ahead and write those down. And then I have 9. Now 9 is going to be a little bit trickier because it is a bigger number. So I have 9, 18, and then I've got to think what's 9 times 3. So 9 times 3 is 27. Then I've got 9 times 4, which is 36. And 9 times 5, which is 45. So there are my first 5 multiples of each. Based on those right there, I see that they have the number 9 in common. So 9 is going to be my least common multiple there, or my least common denominator and least common multiple. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and write my 9 down just like that, and then I've got to figure out what I need to multiply by. So for 2/3, 3 times something gives me 9. 3 times 3 gives me 9. 2 times 3 gives me 6. So that first fraction is going to be 6/9. And then down here, 9 times something gives me 9. That would be 1. 8 times 1 is 8. So that fraction stays the same at 8/9. Now, I've got to add both of these things up. So I've got 6/9 plus 8/9. So when I look at my board here, I know 6 plus 8 is 14. I also know that I do not add my denominators, so my denominator is going to stay the same with 9. I have the fraction 14/9. This is a great time to review improper fractions as well. I can change an improper fraction to a mixed number by dividing. So I'm going to make my division box. 14 is going to go on the inside, 9 is going to go on the outside. I have to ask myself, how many times can 9 go into 14? As I'm thinking about it, it can only go in one time. 1 times 9 is 9. When I subtract 14 minus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I get 5. So I have 1 5/9 there as my final answer as a mixed number. Now we're going to travel up and over here, and we are going to take a look at our subtraction problem. So I have my problem written down. This is where I'll list my multiples. I'll rewrite my fractions, and then I'll solve it and simplify if needed over here. Starting with my multiples, I have the number 5 first for 2/5. So this one's pretty simple. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You guys should know those in your sleep. Then I have minus 1/3. So I've got to list out the multiples of 3. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and I've got to look and see what do they have in common. So I look, 15 is going to be my LCD, so I'm going to jot that one down. Now, I have to rewrite my fractions with the denominator of 15. Remember, all we're doing in this step is finding equivalent fractions. I'm going to go ahead and write 15 down for both of those. I ask myself, 5 times something gives me 15. That's 3. I also was telling my class I can use my multiples to figure out what number I need to multiply by. 1, 2, 3. 15 is my third multiple, so I multiply by 3. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 2 times 3 is 6. So I have 6/15, which is equivalent to 2/3. That's going to be my first one. Down here, I've got 3 times something gives me 15. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 is my 5th multiple, so it is 5. 1 times 5 is 5, so my next fraction is 5/15. When I go to solve 6/15 minus 5/15, I am going to get 1/15. I mentioned simplifying as well, but notice that in this fraction the numerator is 1, therefore it cannot be simplified, so I don't even have to simplify in this problem.